Arsene Wenger is predicting the spectacular finale to the first £1 billion transfer window and has warned that the entire Premier League remains ready to splash out on more major deals. Arsenal have now committed to spending almost £100 million on new players this summer after agreeing respective £35 million and £17 million fees for Shkodran Mustafi and Lucas Perez. But after a standoff between various English clubs and the rest of Europe, Wenger believes there could be another unprecedented splurge. Spending has already passed the all-time record of £870 million set last year and, asked yesterday if the £1 billion mark would be broken in the coming days, Wenger nodded and pointed ever higher. "You will see how many transfers will happen in the next 3 or 4 days," he said. "It will be amazing. Maybe the biggest amount ever. There are many clubs in England who have a big amount of money available and haven't spent yet. You could say all of them. Who has finished in the market? Nobody. Everybody is waiting, I think, to get the deals done." Wenger suggested that the lull in activity was explained by a sudden cranking up of prices in response to some of the more eye-watering deals that were completed after 2016 Euros, but, with the English clubs all now wealthier than ever, he is expecting more fireworks before the window closes on Wednesday. Manchester United and Manchester City have been the biggest spenders so far, but Chelsea, Everton, Liverpool and Tottenham are still looking to make major signings. Southampton have agreed a fee with Leal to make Sofiane Boufal their club record signing. Wenger finally agreed to buy Mustafi following weeks of haggling with Valencia and turned to Perez after Lyon put a £60 million valuation on Alexander Lacazette. "You hit these prices, which are very difficult to understand compared to the quality of the players," said Wenger. "The clubs who want to sell to English clubs today ask a huge amount of money. It takes a long time to settle and then the clubs resist, and maybe in the next 3 days everybody will find agreements. It looks like it will be frenetic. Everybody is sat on their pounds. We know they will all splash out now." Arsenal are unlikely to be involved in the deadline day rush for players, but the club have been criticized for again being forced to make major signings after the Premier League has started. Wenger yesterday dismissed suggestions that he panicked by hijacking Everton's £17 million deal for Perez and likened the Deportivo La Corona striker to Jamie Vardy. Shkodran Mustafi is expected to complete his move to Arsenal in the coming days. Credit Getty Images. Perez also appears to have peaked relatively late in his career after scoring 17 goals last season for a team who finished only 15th in La Liga, and, while Wenger's first choice target was Vardy, he believes that he has recruited an alternative with similar qualities. Asked if he liked the Vardy comparison, Wenger said, "Yes, I like that. He is a late developer. He played in a different position. He moves centrally in a successful way. I think he has good link-up qualities, good quality of receptions, good finishing qualities." Perez turns 28 next month and was turned down as an option by Arsenal earlier in the summer, but Wenger was adamant that it was not a sign of desperation. "Look at my face," said Wenger. "Am I the face of somebody who does a panic buy? I always said it is not a question of numbers. It is, do you have the money to spend? And after, do you make sure that you spend it well?" Wenger during a training session at Arsenal's London Golney base. Credit Getty Images. "This season I thought we had the easiest transfer window ever, because we knew what we wanted and who we wanted, and it didn't come off, so you have to restart. It was a strange transfer market. It was more difficult than ever. When you restart, when you handle some leagues, they are on holidays. There was the European Championship and nothing happened. You couldn't find anybody. That is why it was very late. It is not ideal for us." Wenger also admitted that he had been approached by plenty of worried Arsenal fans who have asked him directly whether he will buy players. Unsurprisingly, in person and away from the atmosphere of a football match, Wenger said that those supporters were invariably friendly and polite. Some Arsenal fans called for Wenger to spend during last weekend's clash with Leicester City. Credit Wire. "Many times fans speak to me," he said. "But it is never aggressive. It is quite a difference between the behavior of the people I meet when I go out somewhere. People are usually nice and supportive." Mustafi, who was in Germany's squad for the 2014 World Cup and 2016 Euros, was actually released by Everton as a teenager, and Wenger believes that he will bring leadership both in central defense and to the wider team. "If we get it done, we get what we wanted," he said. He spent 3 years at Everton. He went to Italy, to Spain, but at 17 years of age, it is difficult to play centre-back in the Premier League. Despite all the pressure to sign players, Wenger actually faces going into September with a squad that he might well consider too big. Joel Campbell has already joined Sporting Lisbon on loan, and Arsenal now also want to find a club where Callum Chambers can play regularly.